If you are studying or thinking of studying with Jehovah's Witnesses, perhaps you enjoy learning some of their teachings, but more than likely you may be drawn by the friendliness of the people. And Jehovah's Witnesses can certainly be friendly, especially to those who express an interest in their religion. With that in mind, please bear with me as I read parts of the following experience. I enjoyed the stimulating conversation and energetic atmosphere at the meeting. These people related to each other as easily as brothers and sisters, and clearly felt they were part of one global family. They seemed very happy with their lives. After my depression of the previous month, I was invigorated by all that positive energy. I went home that night feeling lucky to have met such nice people. God was actively working to bring about the Garden of Eden. No more war, no more poverty, no more ecological destruction, just love, truth, beauty, and goodness. It was always amazing to me to realize how many people in this category told us they had just been praying to God to show them what He wanted them to do with their lives. Many believed they were spiritually led to meet one of our members. Does any of this sound familiar? Are these the words of a person who was associating with Jehovah's Witnesses? That was exactly what I thought the first time that I read them. I was shocked to find out that these words came from Stephen Hassan, a man who had been drawn into the Unification Church, better known as the Moonies, who regard their founder as the Messiah. These quotations came from a book called Combating Cult Mind Control, but don't let the name scare you. This well illustrates that other groups as well display great friendliness towards those who express an interest in them. These groups may rally around the newcomer, showering them with lots of attention. Stephen Hassan called this technique love bombing. It is akin to courtship, where a suitor puts his best foot forward, even going all out with flowers and presents to woo the one he is courting. Such attention is flattering, even addicting. It may even be sincere. However, there is a need to be cautious in courtship before a person makes a permanent commitment, such as marriage. Would you not agree? If red flags appear during dating, would it be wise to ignore them? In the same way, if you are studying with Jehovah's Witnesses, you need to do the same sort of due diligence. Since you are studying, likely you have an interest in the Bible. Therefore, let us look at some Bible principles that come into play. 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 13 says, "For such men are false apostles, deceitful workers, disguising themselves as apostles of Christ. No wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. Therefore it is not surprising if his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness." By this, I am not saying those you are studying with are false apostles, or intentionally being deceitful, for likely they are quite sincere. However, would you not agree that this verse should make us cautious? Would we not need to look past the nice people in our locality and examine the religious leaders at the top of the organization? For according to 2 Corinthians, the leadership of some organizations could well be likened to false apostles, deceitful workers, and it would not be readily apparent because these ones would look just like servants of righteousness. Any darkness would be well hidden out of view to maintain appearances. On the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, "Beware of the false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruits." False prophets could well be disguised. On the outside, they would look like innocent sheep, but on the inside, they would be predatory wolves. How would you be able to tell the difference? Jesus said, "By their fruits you will know them." We live in the information age, where the internet provides the tools to examine the fruits of many religious organizations, their history, their beliefs, their practices, their culture. We can hear both sides of the story, both from members and from former members. Whatever religious group you are interested in, Google them. Do the same due diligence as you would if you were buying a car, or finding a reputable company to build an addition or a deck onto your house. Let me ask you, if you would ask a wolf in sheep's clothing whether you should study the group from sources independent of them, what do you think they would say? If you asked them whether you should talk with former members and get both sides of the story, how do you think they would react? Think about it. It might do well to ask those who are studying with you these same questions and note their reaction carefully. By their fruits you will know them, Jesus said. If you are studying, please stay tuned for the next video in this series, where we will examine some of the fruitage of the Jehovah's Witness organization.